Jared Goff. Jared Goff, you said Ziggy. There's a world where Jared Goff is even in the MVP consideration. Where is Jared Goff here? Oh my gosh, he's way down. Was he 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 for Jared Goff?
That's the actual disrespect on the list.
Yeah, that is for someone. Our question here talking about Jared Goff is a lot of Lions fans have been sticking up for him lately. They're chanting his name at the NFL draft, at Red Wings games. I mean, it's gotten to the point where people in Detroit are saying we need to stop chanting for Jared Goff. To which I say, absolutely not. I mean, this guy. I mean, your friend Alex, our friend Tom, big Lions fans, like for the first time ever, seem to like football and be excited about a season.
That's a good thing to say.
And a lot of that has to do with Jared Goff becoming a borderline elite quarterback. I mean, he's played that way for the past few seasons. You look at Jared Goff was number 2 in the league last year in passing yards. He had 30 touchdowns, 12 interceptions. Detroit probably should have gone to the Super Bowl. San Francisco kind of got lucky to survive both Green Bay and the Lions. When you look at Jared Goff, though, right now, Ziggy, and we talk about him as, in the future with his future with Detroit. One, do you trust him this year to get the job? Like, I mean, he's been great, so it's hard to say no, but do you trust him this year? And then 2, do you view him as like the long-term 5 years from now? Is Jared Goff going to be the starter for the Lions, would you expect?
5 years is a long time just because he'll be, 35 then?
Yeah, maybe.
And you don't know how people are going to age, but look, what has Jared Goff done over the past 2 seasons with the Lions? He's thrown for 9,000 yards, 59 touchdowns, and 19 interceptions.
We got to respect.
Oh, look, you list these numbers out. Jared Goff doesn't get any respect, right? Because people think of him as a guy who's just been carried. You can't get carried to those kinds of numbers in the NFL, right? You look at it. He had good season after good season with the Rams. The season that threw him out, he threw for 4,000 yards and 20 touchdowns. That's not even that bad a year by NFL standards. Like, this guy, ever since he got functional coaching in 2017 with the Rams, has been close to that guy. To have him at 15th on MVP odds or to be talking about the Lions moving on is ridiculous.
Especially, sorry to interrupt you, especially when they are very easily, you could talk about them being the favorite to go to the Super Bowl in the NFC. Like, it's them, It's them probably right behind San Francisco.
Yeah, they're right up there. They looked great against San Francisco. I know they lost, but look, Jared Goff is the guy for this team. He can operate their offense at a very high level. And when you've got a guy who fits in so well, who clearly connects with the players, who embodies the identity of the team, that's a guy who should be up for consideration for MVP. It's a guy who they're certainly not going to let walk. The only question that the Lions should be asking Jared Goff at this point is how high.
I mean,
that's it.
If Jared Goff throws for 4,500 yards, 30 touchdowns again, or 35 maybe even, and the Lions are the 1 seed, I mean, he's a top 5 candidate, right?
I would say that's probably MVP.
The only way it's not an MVP is a similarly impressive performance by someone else.
But in terms of value you can get on MVP bet, I know we're not a betting show, but Jared Goff at number 15 for as important as winning is to the award in the NFL, that's a guy that you have to look at him as someone who can be in that.
What is he, plus 10,000? Something like that?
I mean, 15, he's plus 3,500, but
3,500.
But I mean, that's Mahomes is 650. Are you telling me that Jared Goff is that much less likely to win it? Really?
But we're talking about Jordan Love at 14-1, and then Jared Goff at 35-1 in a division that the Lions won last year and should have gone to the Super Bowl. Goff's playing the best football of his career. Detroit's improved on both sides of the ball for him. This is a destination type spot people are going to want to play for. I mean, he's the guy. He's an MVP candidate, clear cut.
But I think that might be more. Again, I don't think any of us are putting him into elite. Well, actually, it's just Jared Goff an elite quarterback.
But I mean, he's
pretty darn close.
They were up by 17 on the road in the NFC Championship game.
Oh yeah, no, I'm saying in terms. But when we're talking about the MVP, is Jared Goff more Jared Goff is very good. I'm not going to argue against that right now. I'm saying, are the Lions more of just a really good team with a great quarterback for who they are, and probably going to make some big noise this year? While Lamar and Josh Allen, Mahomes, they feel like they are carrying their team more, where Jared Goff is doing a good job driving the bus.
No. Well, I mean,
is that wrong?
I'm going to make a statement. Someone can call me out if this is wrong, but I don't think so. In the history of the NFL, nobody has had a worse like production to respect ratio than Jared Goff.
How about Kirk?
The man over his career has thrown for 30,000 yards, 185 touchdowns, and 82 interceptions. And people talk like he's a bum. It's ridiculous.
Oh no, he is. When look, Jared Goff has moments where he's a top 10 quarterback in the league during the season. And last year he
top 10, top 5.
No,
he produces like a top 5 quarterback in the NFL.
Yeah, no,
he's converted.
Sensational. He was sensational.
So
you would say he's elite. Elite. You would say Jared Goff is elite. Like when we talk about
So here's what I will say. Jared Goff consistently produces like an elite quarterback. And I don't know at a certain point. No, here's the point. People can quibble about whether is he elite, is he not. At a certain point, when you do that year in, year out, you're elite. I don't know what else I'm supposed to say, right? Go read some Ernst Mach. He'll tell you this is how it works.
I think Jared Goff is very, very solid.
The hell does that even mean?
No. It's very, very solid, mainly because of how he excels with what's around him. Like, I think he's perfect in the situation that he's in, and he's taking full advantage of it. Like, I don't believe if he had lesser weapons, he'd be the guy who takes the team super far. But I think he's good enough where how good Detroit is, he's the right man for the job.
Well, let me ask you guys, who's more important, Jared Goff to the Lions or Brock Purdy to the 49ers?
I mean, I would say Goff, because I think Purdy. I think Purdy's like through the roof.
What about Goff?
I mean, people talk about Goff's weapons. His weapons in Detroit, they're pretty good, but they're nothing like San Francisco.
No, San Francisco.
Oh, no, I know. But like Goff, is Goff more important to the Lions than Jalen Hurts is to the Eagles?
Probably not. I don't know. It's close.
It's close.
But
Yeah.
like, you know,
I don't know. It's so hard to assess a question like that.
No, I'm saying if it's close, like Jalen Hurts isn't a top 10 MVP candidate. Like Jalen Hurts is someone who could very easily win MVP in people's eyes. And they are probably.
Well, I think Goff win MVP. I think 35 to 1 is crazy. Like, we're talking the Lions are division favorites, and Jordan Love's numbers half of Jared Goff's.
Yeah.
Like, if the Lions win the NFC North, there's a better chance Goff gets it than Love. 100%.
I think I agree with that.
And Jordan Love is 14 to 1, and Goff's 35 to 1. Yeah. And the Lions are favorites to win the NFC North.
Yep.
Like, that doesn't make sense to me.
I agree with you on this. I'm just thinking in the back of my head right now when Jared Goff came on, not last season, the year before, when Detroit was like 1-8 or whatever it was. And he came on Mike Silver's show, which was on the volume for a little bit. And I was helping produce that show. It's like 3 or 4 of us in the Zoom call. And Goff said to Mike Silver, he's like, yeah, I really think that we figured this out. So like you're going to see a big second half surge here. I'm telling you. And I audibly started laughing out loud. I was like, this guy's out of his freaking mind. If you're telling me, like, he said it so confidently too. He's like, no, like it's about to be on in Detroit. Like you're gonna like what you're seeing if you're a Lions fan. And I thank God my camera wasn't on. It would have been.
Yeah, because it sounds like just a guy talking crap when he knows his job is in danger. Don't worry, guys. It's totally going to be better in the second half.
No, and literally ever since that, they've been, a top 5 team in football. It's unbelievable. And I always think about just me sitting at my computer laughing out loud at this guy who's playing like an elite quarterback.
The thing is, so look at a quarterback, like going back to the MVP convo, a quarterback like Lamar Jackson or on the Ravens. If you put Jared Goff in his situation, I don't think he comes close to doing what Lamar's able to do with a team like that.
I don't know.
I think the Ravens without Lamar and instead with Jared Goff are not as big of a threat.
Well, that's what I'm thinking. Oh yeah, no, that's I agree. Where I don't. It depends what you call elite. Like, is elite the top 5 quarterbacks? Because then Jared Goff's not elite. But if you're saying elite is the production that he's had and how he's performing with the Lions, he's elite. What
he does on the team he's on and the system he's in and the role he plays, he does it near perfectly.
I would say Jared Goff is a very good quarterback, not an elite one.
I would probably, I'd probably agree.
That's what I would say. But I do think that puts him in MVP conversation.
I think like elite quarterbacks could probably go to most teams and turn them into one of the best teams in the NFL.
If the Steelers got Jared Goff this year, you would be like, oh, this is a good, like, this is a really good signing for him.
But if we got like Lamar, be like, we could win this.
You'd be like, oh, Super Bowl is on right now.
That's the difference.
And that's so I'd say not elite, but very good.
Yeah.